The reason why you caught the cooties, little mama, is because somebody failed to disclose that information to you as well.
A video of this lady saying she's HIV positive, but she doesn't have to tell anyone or disclose her status to anyone because if you're willing to sleep with her or go out with her or do whatever with her, that's not on her. It's on you. It's your responsibility to take care of your health. It's your responsibility for your health, not hers. So she goes on to say she doesn't think it's her responsibility to tell someone that she's HIV positive if the person is treating her like she's not. But how would the person know that you are not, if you're not telling them your status? This is crazy.
HIV positive, right? And this is just a PSA to those that are not HIV positive. Disclosure is my choice. When I disclose and how I disclose and who I disclose to is up to me. I find it so crazy how people are telling me that I need to disclose before I go on a date, that I need to disclose before I kiss somebody. This is the craziest one. Before I even tell them my name. It's not happening. I don't think that it's my responsibility to tell someone that I'm HIV positive if they are treating me as if I'm not. Your health is your responsibility. Adopt the mindset of medical practitioners. Assume that everyone has something until they prove to you that they do not. Why are you kissing a stranger or trying to kiss a stranger that you just met? Why are you trying to have intercourse with someone raw that you just met? You don't know me from a hole in a wall. Why are you trying to put your thing inside of me without any kind of protection? Why do I have to be the one to say, hey, chill out, I'm HIV positive, instead of you asking, taking the time to know me, get to know me, let's go get tested together if you want to take the next step? Why do I have to be the one protecting you from yourself? No, baby, that is not my responsibility. And I just wanted to make that clear. Okay, love you, bye.
The reason why you caught the cooties, little mama, is because somebody failed to disclose that information to you as well. Anybody who listens to this minute clip and you still want to be a Thototron out here in the streets, there is something wrong with you mentally. This is the main reason why I changed the way I was living from back in the day. Even though I always wore condoms, always went to the doctor, I never had a one-night stand. I just did it multiple times with people I had previous relationships with back in the day without being in a relationship. Y'all not careful with y'all bodies. You know how I know? Statistics don't lie. This is why we're having a rise of diseases now. This is why we're having a rise in unplanned pregnancies. Because y'all be out in the streets, inebriated on the perks, on that powder, doing all kind of stuff, and not being careful with your bodies. This is not an ugly woman. I can imagine how many people got infected with this young lady, got infected by this young lady, because they flying down this infected chocolate slide without knowing no better. Y'all need to be held more accountable. The minute they find out you're passing out anything without disclosing anything, I don't care who you are, you need a maximum of 15, 20 years. Because people do not mind infecting the planet. They feel comfortable knowing all of y'all got it together. That way y'all can all share medication, all pass out war stories.
No charges. Ethically speaking, she's emphasizing personal responsibility, saying people should protect themselves and not make assumptions. But it also raises questions. Wouldn't she have wanted someone to tell her? Is this about empowerment or coming from a place of hurt? So what do you think? Should someone who's undetectable be required to disclose their HIV status? Or is it up to each person to take care of their own sexual health?
I need to agree with her on one point. You're responsible for your health. Why would you want to do something unprotected with somebody you don't know or you don't know their status voluntarily? She does have a point over there. The rest of it is very debatable. I preach this to people every single day. There are a lot of people who are positive for certain incurable sexually transmitted infections that will not disclose it to you. It is your responsibility to do your part to protect you. You will be surprised just how many people are walking around with incurable infections. It's a lot. And any healthcare worker would agree with me that it's a lot. They look normal because a lot of them are asymptomatic, meaning they don't have symptoms. Again, you are 100% responsible for your health. Protect yourself.
This is what I'm going to say. There are a lot of people out there that is going around with a bunch of sexually transmitted diseases, right? So I think that in this year, 2026, you have to take responsibility of your health. Like she said, she's right about that part. But the part where she doesn't have to disclose it, I don't agree with her. I think you always have to disclose. You have to give me a choice to choose if I still want to continue talking to you. The reason why you don't want to disclose it because you are afraid of the judgment, because people tend to like judge you. You are afraid of the stigma, you are afraid of judgment, and you are afraid of rejection. That is why you do not want to disclose your status. But Miss Ma'am, you are wrong. You have to disclose your status. You have to, absolutely have to disclose your status. You can't hide it. You can go to jail for that. It doesn't matter if you are undetectable. You have to let me know, if I still want to talk to you. Like, HIV is not a death sentence. There's a lot of medication right now that can control it, but you're not telling me it's criminal. You can go to jail for it. Like, there's laws, like in many states, I think in all US states, or if not most of the state, you have to disclose your status. It's not even US thing. I think it's a worldwide thing. You have to disclose your status. I don't understand why you're going around with the mindset that you don't have to disclose it. I get the fact that you are mad because someone gave it to you. So you're probably like thinking to yourself, this person gave me that, knowing that they have that disease and they pass it on to me. So why do I have to tell you? I'm going to pass it on. There's a lot of people walking around with that kind of mindset. So you have to be careful. You can't just, meet anyone on the street and just grab them to your house. You can't just see someone, people are walking around healthy. People are walking around healthy with nothing wrong with them, but they have stuff. You know what I mean? So just be careful, be conscious of who you talk to, how you live your life, because you can run into someone like this and they will change your life forever. I mean, you're not going to, like unalive, but it's just something that you're going to have to live for the rest of your life. So before you do anything with anyone, just be very careful. Use the proper precautions. Get tested regularly. Use condoms. Just do whatever it is that you have to do, because there's a lot of crazy people out there, just like this lady right here. You know what I mean? That is so, like, I am so angry. Like, what do you mean you don't have to disclose your status? Like, girl, you have to. There's a lot of crazy people walking around with that kind of mentality, that will intentionally infect you with something because they are angry at themselves that someone else gave it to them, so they want to pass it on to someone else. So just be careful, whatever it is that you do. Don't grab a girl and just go raw. You know what I mean? So take care of your health. Your health is your responsibility. Your health is your responsibility, not hers, just like she told you. So just make sure this year you take charge of all of that. Let me know what you think about this story down in the comment section below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.